Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Svardborg tutorial for you. In the background you will see me running with a great group and we are running the Master Svardborg or Epic Svardborg, whatever you want to call it. It's not that difficult, it's more of a DPS fest, but naturally you need your support crew with you. So first what we're going to do is go over a quick tutorial on your party composition, what the ideal should be and what other ones can perhaps work out. But before that, let's actually go through the 5 rules of running Svardborg. I think it's about 5. Let's just count it out. So number 1 rule, what you want to do is always stick with the group. Always stick with the group. Don't run away from the group. 2. Look out for any ice that pops up. You'll see it will say permafrost or perma ice. I can't even remember what it is, but the minute you see that, kill it. Because why? It's trapping one of your team members or party members in that ice, and the minute the ice breaks, that party member dies immediately. 3. If you see a red circle underneath you, you want to run away. Run away from the group, because that red circle will end up stunning everybody within the group that it hits. 4. If you see the red arrows above you, just like you've seen there, then you want to run towards the group. So it's like this part is exactly as it is if you've run the Fangbreaker Island dungeon and you fought Trophy at the end. Basically, if you see that the arrows above you, then you run towards the group, because then it will share the damage with the group, and that means not one person will die. Yeah, did you see that ice there? You need to kill it immediately. That was 4. And then 5, when he calls for the Ring of Winter, when he says enough, and then he calls for the Ring of Winter, once this army bar reaches 100%, you're going to run behind one of the pillars. Boom, and then you're on to the real fight, and you apply that same 5 rules and it should be easy. When he calls for the Ring of Winter, you'll see these like streams of light shooting out at him from runes on the floor. What you need to do is get your ranged party members to stand on those runes. Obviously, if you don't have ranged party members, any party members will do, but you want to keep up your DPS on him at that point. So those are some quick rules on how to run Svardborg. Let's quickly go over a team composition. What you want to have running is perhaps 3 melee, so 3 melee DPS, and you can have 3 ranged DPS, because they will really help with standing on the runes. You want to have your 2 tanks, preferably 1 GF and 1 OP. So 1 Guardian Fighter and 1 Oathbound Paladin with Oath of Protection. Then you want to have 2 DCs. Both DCs should be able to spam Astral Army, Anointed Army, AA. So they call them AA DCs or AC DCs, which is the Anointed Champion, Devoted Clerics. They should be able to spam Anointed Army, and basically that's going to keep your group alive, and it's going to keep you doing major damage on Svardborg. Your Guardian Fighter, you want to keep him on the team that has the highest DPS and have him running both into the fray and Commander Strike. And that's just a quick breakdown on the ideal team. So once again, you want to have 3 melee DPS, 3 range DPS, 2 tanks, 1 should be OP, 1 should be GF, and 2 DCs. Both of them should be the anointed, should be able to spam Anointed Army. And that's it. Now, other compositions that might work out is, again, if you have well, your DPS range, you can have full ranged if you want to. Yes, you can have full ranged if you want to, and have the DCs, or all of them stand on the runes when it comes up, as you see here. Then you can have you can have full melee DPS, but then you must remember that when he calls for the Ring of Winter, some of them might have to go stand on the runes. So those are not the ideal situations, but they can work, because it's sometimes very difficult to find a full crew that are able to run Master Svardborg. Next, now let's talk about the support classes here. It is possible to run it with only 3 support classes, but then you would have to have either 2 DCs constantly spamming Anointed Army and have a super great tank, or have 2 excellent tanks and one DC that basically only worries and hugs the tanks. So those that can perhaps work as well. As you can see here, I had an excellent group running. I was quite low on my DPS here. I'm running still my PvP spec. I've recently respecced, and man, I'm doing super damage. The new weapons are, wow, it's amazing, it's tremendous, it's so fucking good. So just remember those few rules, that 5 rules or 6 rules if you want to count standing on the runes when you're running Master Svardborg or when you're running normal Svardborg. And remember, the most important part about it also is your team composition. If you don't have a good team composition, you're not going to go far, and it's probably going to end up failing. Now the next thing I want to talk to you about is you'll see that every, I think, 25% of his health he calls around his manticores, where you basically just have to beat on them. Just beat them up, kick their ass until he comes out to fight again, because he says, shit, no, don't kill my doggies. And the last thing that I want to talk to you about is the rewards. Well, your rewards for normal Svardborg and Master Svardborg are slightly different in terms of the rarity of the marks that you get. The marks that you get from Svardborg will be used to upgrade in the upgrading of your new runic weapons, which really do excellent damage. So if you are a DPS character, you should look into getting it. I actually don't see any reason why anybody should run normal Svardborg, because in Master Svardborg, right at the end, you almost always get blue marks and purple marks. The only time you don't get blue marks and purple marks is if you're getting orange marks. Now on the other hand, when you're running normal Svardborg, then what happens is you only get either blue marks or purple marks. So you get either blue marks or purple marks. With Master Svardborg, you get both blue and purple in one chest, unless you're getting the legendary. So if I were any of you, I would basically make sure that I get Svardborg ready from now, and from as soon as you can. If you're on PCs, Svardborg is already released. And if you are on console, make sure that you have already run your FBI dungeons. If you do need help with that, PM me or send me a message in the comment section. Tell me what help you need, and I will be able to give you some tips on how to become ready for it. Whether it's your item level or your Everfrost resistance, because when you are running this, you need at least 28% Everfrost resistance, which you can get 3% each from both of the weapons, so that would be 6%. You can get 6% again from the shirt and the pens that you get from the campaign, so that's 12%, and you can get another 6% from your Everfrost resist armor kit, which you can upgrade your pants with, so that makes it actually 12% from the shirt and pants together, if you include the Everfrost resist armor kits, plus the 6% from the weapons gives you 18%, and then the 10%, the other 10% you can get from your boons. So if you do all of your boons, you're getting 2% Everfrost resist from each one, and that is going to give you a full amount of 28% Everfrost resistance. When it comes to your enchantments and your item level. That takes a little bit of tweaking here and there, but it can easily be done. The most important thing there is try your best. I know that it is expensive. Bam! Svardborg, you dead motherfucker. The most important thing, try as much as you can. It is expensive, but get bonding stones and try to get them up as fast as you can to your perfect rank, and then to rank 12, because that makes such a major difference in your DPS. And never mind your DPS, it can really help as a support class too. Once you've done Svardborg, make sure you run up to his throne right at the top, because you get a new title. And here we have it. Here's the rewards. As you see, you get a blue mark and a purple mark, so you get your rare and your epic in one chest, unless you get the legendary mark. There is also a chance that you can get rings. Your +4 and +5 rings, you will always only get +4, nothing lower than a +4 ring, and you can get +5 rings, and there is a possibility of you getting a novella. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and happy gaming!